Welcome to this explainer. I am so excited you're joining me today. On behalf of all of us here at the American Wellness Center, I just want to start by saying we completely get it. We know exactly how demanding and, frankly, exhausting modern life can be. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed lately, take a deep breath. You are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're going to dive into how you can reclaim your cognitive clarity, shake off that mental fog, and get back to feeling like your absolute sharpest self.
Let me kick things off with a quick question. Does your thinking feel less sharp lately? Really think about it for a second. Have you been dragging through persistent mental fatigue? Is there like this thick brain fog just sitting over your whole daily routine? Or actually, maybe you're just suddenly finding it super hard to remember basic tasks or keep up with really fast-paced conversations. Well, if any of that hits close to home, I want you to know right away you are absolutely not alone. And no, you are not imagining it.
What we consistently see with the thousands of patients we support is that your environment plays a massive, undeniable role in your cognitive health. The crazy demanding pace of modern life, especially in a dynamic, highly stimulating multilingual hub like we have right here in Dubai, it naturally brings an intense mental load. And over time, that load just morphs into stress and eventually, total burnout. It makes complete sense that this constant, everyday stimulation is draining your cognitive performance. Seriously, you are essentially running a mental marathon every single day.
So let's look at section 1, the reality of cognitive overload.
To really wrap our heads around this, we have to recognize that our cognitive communication skills, they are literally the bedrock of our daily lives. They dictate everything: how we manage our morning routines, how we stay focused at our desks, how we process new info, and how we express our ideas. Which brings us to the real heart of the issue. When these abilities become disrupted, even simple routines can feel completely overwhelming. And I really want to validate whatever you're feeling right now, because whether this disruption is from chronic stress, a past concussion, a neurological event, aging, or literally just carrying way too heavy a mental load for way too long, that overwhelming feeling, it is completely valid. It's a real, measurable disruption.
Moving on to section 2, recognizing the key signs. Okay, so how do you know if you're just having a normal, tired day or if you actually need some targeted professional support? Well, it's pretty interesting because there are very specific signs we consistently see and treat every single day at the American Wellness Center. Are you having a tough time concentrating or staying focused in meetings? Are you getting unusually forgetful or struggling to recall a conversation you just had? Maybe you're noticing it takes longer to process information, or you get completely wiped out just trying to chat in a busy, noisy restaurant. We also see so many folks dealing with word-finding difficulties, that frustrating tip of the tongue feeling, or dealing with cognitive changes after an injury. If you're sitting there nodding along, please take a breath. These are incredibly common, and more importantly, they are highly, highly treatable.
Which brings us to section 3, the AWC multidisciplinary difference.
So what's the actual fix here? Well, when you're dealing with cognitive overload, you really need a guide you can trust. In our experience at the American Wellness Center, the absolute best way to tackle these really multifaceted challenges is through a deeply collaborative approach. We don't just look through one single lens. We are so proud to have a dynamic, growing team, over 60 highly qualified, Western-trained clinicians ready to help you. Having that kind of scale, it just gives us an unbelievable depth of knowledge to tap into for every single person who walks through our doors.
And those 60-plus clinicians, they represent over 20 different medical and mental health specialties. This is huge because it means we can provide truly comprehensive, multidisciplinary care. We aren't just slapping a Band-Aid on a single symptom. We are looking at your cognitive health from every possible angle, making absolutely sure nothing slips through the cracks.
Since we opened our doors back in 2016 right here in Dubai Healthcare City, we've really built our reputation on delivering ethical, evidence-based, and completely confidential care. See, at AWC, our speech-language therapists, they don't just work in a bubble. They collaborate seamlessly with our in-house psychologists, psychiatrists, and neurologists. So if your cognitive changes are tied to stress or mood or neurological factors, the whole team comes together. We make sure your entire well-being is being taken care of. All right, section 4, our practical therapeutic approach. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how we actually fight that mental fatigue and get your cognitive edge back. The big tool we use is called cognitive communication therapy. Basically, this is a specialized form of rehab that is intensely focused on strengthening your attention, your memory, your processing speed, and your everyday communication skills. It's honestly like going to a really great gym, but for your brain. It's deliberately designed to rebuild your clarity and your confidence using highly structured, evidence-based training. Now, we get a ton of questions about this next part, so I definitely want to clear it up. People always ask, what is the difference between these therapies? Well,
On one side, speech-language therapy targets the cognitive mechanics, so the actual skills you use for communication, problem-solving, and getting through daily functional tasks. On the other side, psychological therapy focuses purely on your emotional and behavioral health. But here's the thing. In our clinic, these aren't competing ideas. They beautifully complement each other. It ensures that both the mechanics of your mind and your emotional well-being are completely supported.
Okay, so what does an actual therapy session look like with us? Well, we use really tailored exercises. We do attention training to stretch your focus endurance. We teach very specific memory strategies to help your recall. We run processing speed tasks so you can catch fast-paced instructions a lot quicker. We also do a ton of executive function training for better daily planning, functional communication practice for the office, and, of course, crucial stress management tools. But here is the real secret sauce. We don't just sit there doing clinical drills. We take these structured exercises and combine them with real-life applications that are specifically tailored to your personal daily routine.
Let's look at Section 5, Regaining Clarity and Confidence. This is definitely my favorite part to talk about. We get to look at the light at the end of the tunnel and the incredible outcomes we get to witness every single day with the patients we support. And the timeline? It's incredibly encouraging. You really don't have to wait years to start feeling better. In fact, many adults notice significant improvements within just a few weeks. The absolute key, though, is consistency. When you take the practical strategies we give you in the clinic and you actually apply them between your sessions, your progress just accelerates wonderfully. When you really commit to this process, the gains are just massive. You build up sustained attention and focus, so you're not just zoning out during important conversations anymore. You get stronger recall for tasks and people's names, which is a lifesaver. Information processing gets faster. We see our patients regain so much confidence in high-pressure work situations. Their daily organization gets totally revamped. And ultimately, they get their independence and emotional well-being back. Honestly, we just love watching our patients transform, going from feeling totally overwhelmed by the demanding Dubai workplace to absolutely crushing it with renewed, sharp cognitive clarity.
Finally, Section 6, your first step forward.
So if you're tired of pushing through the brain fog and you are ready to start recovering, we are here with open arms. And we've made getting started incredibly straightforward. Step 1 is just a detailed cognitive communication assessment. Basically, we sit down with you to truly understand your unique strengths, your challenges, and your daily routine. Step 2, our clinicians create a highly personalized plan for you. Absolutely no cookie-cutter approaches here, I promise. And Step 3 focuses on real-life application. We equip you with practical home strategies and tools that you can just seamlessly weave into your everyday life. We know how crazy your schedule probably is, so we've intentionally removed as many barriers as possible. You can do your sessions right here in person at our premium Dubai Healthcare City Clinic, or if it's easier, we offer highly effective online sessions to give you maximum flexibility. Actually, a lot of our specialized tools, like accent and clarity training, work exceptionally well online using our high-quality audio setups. We completely adapt to whatever works best for you. I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on. Every person deserves not just to survive, but to truly thrive. That isn't just some catchy slogan for us. That is our core belief at the American Wellness Center. You do not have to accept mental fatigue or memory slips or brain fog as your new normal. No way. You have the power to take back control of your cognitive health, and we have the world-class expertise to help you do exactly that. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today and for taking a little time to focus on your own well-being. We really look forward to supporting you on your journey to clarity very soon.